Hello and welcome to another Wonderbeard Vault video. Today we've got the new patch out. So not 11.1.7, but we do get some new cool features. So we got the dinars coming out today. So here's the quest that you've got to get done to get your cartel chips. So only 9 per customer, and it looks like you'll get 3 from this first one. So probably 3 per item is my guess here. So, 4 Undermine bosses, or 4 Mythic dungeons. So we'll go ahead and pick that up. But that's out today. You got the crest upgrades, or the crest caps are gone. So no more caps on these. So you can trade up past the caps now. All that cool stuff. But today, or at least for this video, we're here for the vaults. So Paladin. So 638. Given that this guy was 575 or something a couple weeks ago, we've done pretty good. I haven't even upgraded his circlet. I haven't spent any sparks yet. So we've got lots of places we can upgrade. And a few places where I hope we don't get certain things. So I think I'm going to change loot specialization to retribution, because I'll craft in those slots anyway. Yeah, let's do that. See if we can get a good trinket. Alright, so what do we get? We get a necklace. Or a two-handed axe. So, okay. Don't really want the two-handed axe. The necklace on the hero track is okay. It's heavy verse, which not the greatest thing in the world. Do we have any? Yeah, there's no way we've got tokens of merit, and I think just from the... Yeah, I think we'll just go ahead and take the necklace here and call that relatively successful on the paladin. I think I mentioned in the last video I planned on going a little deeper on characters, and so probably not doing as much on some of the characters. That's interesting that they've got that going on. And that's kind of what I did. So I do have the 4 here that will have vaults. And then the 3 that we see here, the DK, the Shaman, and the Lock, all have vaults that we should get open today. Even did my first tanking Mythic Plus ever on my Druid yesterday to get a Mythic Plus slot there. So we'll see what we get out of him next. But first up is my Arms Warrior here. So I should have the 2 hero track delve slots here, 655, so getting solid there. I think I've got at least 1 craft. Oh, I got 3, so I can do some crafting here. So yeah, we're in decent shape. Wouldn't mind a hero track funhouse lens. That wouldn't be too bad. I'll take that. Outside of that, upgraded heroic cloak or necklace. Those are all solid. So a few options, not a ton. So there is a shot we'll get tokens of merit here, but let's take a look. Alright, so a really crappy trinket. And then wrists where I've already got crafted, and then veteran track hand. So yeah, this is a socket week, but good on me for getting 3 rows there. So we'll take that, and we'll get our full socket here. And we want to put that in. Let's see. So probably. Oh, that one's already got one. Yeah, so we're looking at bracers here. I'll upgrade those to 675 or whatever the highest is now. that changed. So 681, I guess it is. So we'll look at doing that today or tomorrow, sometime this week. So yeah, so we got a couple sockets there that I need to put some gems in. But that's kind of why I wanted to go deeper on these characters and try to get more slots, because they're getting to the point of relatively geared, so going to be taking sockets here a little bit more unless I get them in some raids or something. We got Gallywix down to 6%. Last week we didn't do him this week because of Mother's Day, so I would fully expect that we clear that this week. So I got my free 15 gilded. Like I said, I did a tank M plus this last week. So 659. We're getting to where we're pretty well out of heroic upgrades at this point. Do have a couple trinkets we could do. I didn't check. I needed to change my pally back to his prot loot spec, but surely we'll remember to do that, right? So I plan on crafting belt and, what was it, cloak? Yeah, belt and cloak were my plan crafts, but if I can get a good cloak, especially out of here, I would gladly take that. So what do we think about? Yeah, let's change the loot spec here to let's just go feral. So we'll see what we get out of here. Oh, we got a Hero Trek Sephorium Pacemaker. Since I'm planning on not doing a lot in the way of M plus on this character, that is probably what I'm going to take. Turbo Drain 5000 is not a bad trinket. It's actually what I'm using now on the champion track. But that probably is going to get replaced by this. So let's go ahead and just take that. I don't technically know for tanking if this is a great thing, but for what I do in delves, more DPS is always a good thing. That's definitely a good trinket for my hunter, but we got a Dark Flame Crest out of there. So we'll take the Pacemaker. And we'll move over to my main, the Hunter. So we cleared up to Muggsy on Heroic, and then I did 110 Keystone, so, and then some Delves. So got plenty. I think there's a decent chance if I get, unless I get a Mythic piece that doesn't cover something I already have, there's a decent chance that this becomes a socket. But we'll take a look and see. So where am I? Here I am. Yeah, we're 666 on the, let's pick this up before I forget. On the item level, I got House of Cards last week, I believe. Like I said, the Pacemaker I've got. Still haven't gotten the Priory Trinket, unfortunately. So really, we're just looking, I mean, there's not a lot of upgrade here. Maybe a cloak with a little bit better stats. Haste Mastery is not bad, especially since it's heavy haste, but a crit haste one wouldn't hurt. But let's see what we get. Myth track. So we got bracers on the myth track. Not really what we're looking for there because we got crafted. We do have a Test Pilots Go pack though. I think that's probably going to tempt me to take that. First very rare that I've gotten out of the out of my vault this tier. So 801, 455. So it's heavier mastery than haste. But it is 665 as well. So that'd save me one crest upgrade, even if I go back to that. There's no world I'm taking this, right? I don't think so. So let's go ahead and take the go pack. Could have gone socket there. We got a mother load 10. So okay. So not going to complain about getting a very rare out of my vault. So we'll take that. Wish the myth track slot would have been a little bit better, but kind of is what it is. Yeah, the Death Knight's in the Undermine here, but we'll get him back quickly. So Death Knight I think is in similar boats, but I don't know that I got all 3 slots of the mythic here. So, or not mythic, of the Delve track. I think we should have the 2 for sure. Let's go ahead and pick this up while I'm here. Urge to Surge. Then, rather than Hearthing, because that takes some time, we'll just take the portal back, and it'll put us right below the bank. See if I can hit the entry. Nope, never can. Alright, so while that's loading, Alright, here we go. So 655 on the DK here, also the blood DK. Decent trinkets. Another heroic funhouse lens wouldn't be too bad. Maybe a better ring, belt. Yeah, I've got 2 sparks, so I'll probably craft a belt and definitely bracers. Oh, those are terrible bracers. Bracers for sure are great getting crafted. Outside of that, I think a better heroic track helm, I think, would be what we're going for. Let's see what happens here. I realize I didn't switch the Druid back to his spec either, so we got heroic track chest and a ring, heroic track ring. So we already got heroic track tier chest, so we're either going with the ring, so 649, save 1 crest upgrade, but even that's just the rune crest, so not super worried there. Or we could go with a socket. So we already got a socket there. And I'm going to craft these 2. So, let's go ahead and get the ring. I just kind of like the champion to hero track upgrade, so we'll go with that. Alright, 2 characters left. So the Shaman. Gear's getting a little bit better, or quite a bit better on this character. But it's been the lowest until I got my lock to 80 for a bit. So I think we're around 648, 649, something like that. I don't think I've done much crafting either. I've been kind of waiting for this week so I could trade stuff in a little bit easier and just kind of wait. So I didn't have to recraft up to the 681. I can spend those extra crusts just natty and get them. So 648. Let's see how many crests. So we got 2 crests we can do. So a ring definitely would be good. I haven't upgraded this circlet either. I plan on upgrading the weapons. Oh, I got a lot of upgrades to do on this character. So bracers and belt need upgraded. I've already used the spark. So cloak would be a good get. Necklace and helm would also be good, and then leggings to get on the hero track. So any of that would be solid. So let's take a look here. So we got helm with leech and then a chest. So helm with leech I think fits there nicely. And we've already got hero track with avoidance, so we're definitely not taking the chest. So yeah, we'll take the helm with leech. And we'll go catalyze that real quick so I don't forget. Because I want my 4-piece to stay. So a little minor upgrade here. Getting the tertiary, and not a big deal spending the catalyst charge at this point. I've got 3 left, so not a big deal. We'll transform that. Grip mastery to haste mastery. So yeah, I think that makes sense. Okay, then we'll throw that on. Cool. Alright. One more character to go, and this is my Warlock, who is a fresh 80 for the most part. I did a couple delves. I think I got a vault last week when I hit 80. But it was veteran track. This time I should have at least 1 heroic slot. I think it's just 1. I didn't push this character real hard, and I don't know that I am going to push it, but 594, so there's upgrades everywhere for this character. I've not spent any sparks yet, so there's lots of opportunity. Did a couple delves, if I recall. I did 1-8 and 1-11. The 11 was a little rough at this item level, but we did make it through it. So with this, we'll just see what we get, because there's upgrades everywhere. So we got a hero track ring, which we will definitely just take. Pretty good one too. So. Although, it'll be fine. Oops. Alright, because we don't even have Search the Circlet on this character yet, so makes sense, because I just hit 80 on him a week ago, so. Alright. Oh, I got 2 sparks there. Let's get us another spark. So I've got 2, so I'm way behind on sparks too. So this character could craft a bunch. Probably craft either a staff or a one-hander and an offhand. Bracers. Maybe a necklace and definitely a cloak, it looks like. So potentially some boots. So lots of upgrades there to be had. But that's going to do it for us this week's video. So appreciate everyone tuning in, and hope your vaults are wonderful. And we'll catch you in the next one. Thanks.